What's up, guys? So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mayhem is finally here, and with this film, we see this reviving the turtles that we all know and love, and with them trying to stop Superfly, and this will be my quick reaction and review for the film. And now, just by going in this film, ever since it was announced that even when the Turtles came out, and everyone was like worried about them, especially when Seth Rogen was being attached to be the producer for this film. But even just from the marketing and like even after watching this one was like pretty dang good. It was like fantastic, even with the animation, the lore and everything that was adapted, especially with the turtles, like they were so lovable, and even with the way that this movie looked, and after watching the film, it looked pretty dang good. And now, essentially, what the whole premise of this film is with these mutant Ninja Turtles, and they will want to stop Superfly, as people can notice them and to have a normal life. And even with these people who are scared of these turtles and become friends with April, who have helped them try to take down Superfly, who is the villain of this film. And now, even with these turtles, they want to become famous and have a normal life. And even with these turtles, and they're like so lovable to enjoy on screen, and the fact that these are voiced by actual teenagers, and even from the Michael Bay films, they were pretty much not good, but even with this film, and like there were actual teens voicing these turtles, and they're actually pretty awesome and fun to enjoy on screen. And even with the song that has like an awesome voice cast, including for Jackie Chan Splinter, like I really enjoyed him in the song. I thought he had like a nice comedic moments, especially with the turtles. Essentially, and that like he is their father, and like even so, and I just love Jackie Chan in this role, and especially with the rest of the voice cast as well, including for Paul Rudd, John Cena, including for Ice Cube, and like even so, like this one has an awesome voice cast, and even this one that does feature some pop culture references, especially from Marvel and other movies and shows as well. And even so, that there's like so fun to enjoy, and even with the humor and the comedy aspect that's coming from the Turtles and April, and they were just really just a joy to watch. And now I want to talk about the animation and the lore that this movie brought. And now, especially as I was watching the movie, like even with the animation style, it kind of looked like those Spider-Verse films, but it was adapted specifically for this film, and like having like something original, felt like completely different, and then also very cool, and also having like being like original, especially with this being an animated film for Mutant Mayhem, and like even with the entire story, and like even for what it means to fit into the real world, and like even so, I just enjoyed it for what it was, and even so, plus I even watched like parts of the show back from Nickelodeon, but even so, just so with this film, like this film, just like completely different, and I love how they adapted everything from the lore, even with the turtles that we all know and love. Even with these turtles, they're voiced by actual teenagers, and that's what made them so cool, and they were both in their unique way, and with them interacting with April and trying to fit it into the real world, and get humans to like them, and even to Superfly, as we see these turtles actually interacting with each other and just working together as sort of like brothers, and just like even so, they were just like completely interacting with each other like so good, and the way it has that like young high school feels, and even with them as definitely as an audience, especially with the young and old, and think they'll be enjoy this film as well, and even with those middle school and high school feels. And now, especially with the villain, so Superfly, voiced by Ice Cube, I just really enjoy his performance, and what he brought to the villainous role of Superfly, and that he was trying to like make this machine, and even with the turtles that are trying to stop him, and even so, I thought like Ice Cube really brought his best to the villain role as Superfly, and even so, I just really enjoyed the movie in general. This was like a fantastic movie with like a simple premise of the turtles that are trying to stop Superfly. And now, with my thoughts on the film overall, this was a fantastic movie, and from the animation to the lore, it looked pretty cool to see on screen. It felt like those animated Spider-Verse films, even from the marketing to the trailers, and now with this film itself, it definitely felt so cool and unique. And I think with like young and old fans will definitely get a kick out of this, especially with those Mutant Ninja Turtles fans who are definitely the die-hard fans as well. And even towards the end of the film, it definitely leaves you wanting more, especially from these turtles, and just with the entire lore and for what this movie brings. And plus, there's already a sequel and like a series for Paramount Plus already confirmed after this film. So, as for me, after watching this film, I mean, I'm definitely leaving myself wanting more from this animation world and the lore, especially for this movie brought. Even from the start of the film, it immediately get you into for what the premise of this movie is about. And even from a start to finish, it like it did not disappoint. In fact, I mean, I'm ready for more movies after this, especially with these turtles. And like even so that it's had like a simple premise, and like, even with the awesome voice cast with some familiar actors voicing these roles, and like even with Superfly, and even with some other characters as well, which I really did enjoy. And just with the basic tone and the humor, especially because coming from everyone, it was really well done. And yeah, no, with about thoughts on the film, that this was a fantastic and fun movie to enjoy on the screen, especially from the animation to the lore, and from the marketing and everything. And now after watching the film, and even towards the end, and definitely leaves me wanting more, especially from these turtles, and like even so, like, even from all the anime films that we've gotten this year with Across the Spider-Verse and the Super Mario movie, I think that this could be the winner right here, especially with something that has an awesome voice cast with these turtles and April, and even with the other awesome cast as well, including for Superfly, who I love as a villain, and just with the movie overall, I just really enjoyed it, and I hope that everyone else does as well. And so that is gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys thoughts in the comments below, and you know what your thoughts on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and give me a rating 1 out of 10 if you've seen the film. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos, and also follow my socials, which are linked down below. And with that, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.